So I'm at the village and we trying to cook some. We're trying to prepare some kontomire stew, but this one, a lot of the things have already gone in before I'm doing this video. So there is onion inside it, there is garlic, there is ginger, and there's chili moko. So there is chili, and then there is a fish that they call checheku also in it. There is some momoni in it, and a little bit of salmon in it. And then we decided to add crab. You see, so that's the crab. So the crab is frying in the oil. We're using red oil. So this is already on the fire. So garlic, pepper, onion, ginger. There is this checheku fish, a little bit of salmon, and there is the crab in it. So we are preparing kontomire our own way. We're going to use it to eat local rice. So that's the kontomire over there. The kontomire kata. So he's cutting the kontomire into sizes. He's actually chopping the kontomire into sizes. Okay, and I was saying, why what? So this is one of the crab, a little bit that I was tasting. So this one is done. Yeah. So instead of, we usually use this to grind, but to save time, we use the usual blender. So this is my village. When I come to the village, this is where I spend time. But I usually come here a lot. The atmosphere here is serene. The weather is much better. The food, you get all ingredients right from the farm. This kontomire, we just went to the farm today and we brought it, and then straight away so we brought the crabs too from the farm, and yeah, so it's going to be kontomire is going to be added very soon. So I'm adding some fresh tomatoes, which we've chopped. And I'm going to be adding tomato paste. The tomato paste wey dey any nya kokko kra o. So tomatoes no mo dey no. Nya ko, anya san so okay, say bi ho mo dey color fra. Mo say bi dey ya ko na bi na color o. So bi when here raw tomatoes na no mo dey empty. So we adding some tomato paste. Yeah. But I prepare my kontomire differently from how a lot of people do it. For me, I add the kontomire on fire directly. I don't cook it before bringing it, but before adding it. I add a little bit of water to the sauce. Then I pour the kontomire in it so that the water in the stew will cook it. I want to be able to make use of the stock. I don't want to cook it and then throw the stock away. Yeah, so Kwame, kontomire you say yeah away. We are ready for Bibra. Emfa nkom kakra. When you got somebody musun tie betimi kra de Okay, so we are using a lot of the kontomire, a lot of it. So this cocoyam leaves. Okay, so we're going to be using a lot of it. So if you can see, this is some here, and there is more here. So a lot more kontomire has been added. I know most people cook the kontomire first before they bring it to add to the sauce, but me, I don't cook mine like that. So Mr. Kontomire Kata,
Also,
we are trying I think I need to buy a new stove. For this one, the other side is completely gone. So I only use one side. I think I need to buy a new stove. So we cover it so that the heat can stay in it and cook. Whilst I wait for Mr. Kontomire Kata to bring additional kontomire. So that's some more of the crabs. I was like, Odroche, I 19 one. So the guy we went with got 19 of them, and we are using 9 for the stew. I left the 10 for him. More kontomire has been added. Ethanol. Okay, wow. So you can adopt this style too. If you are a lover of kontomire, you don't have to cook it separately and bring it to add to the stock, to your stew. You can cook it right in the stew so that you don't have to throw the stock of the kontomire away. So everything is in now. The entire kontomire leaves are in. If you can see, there are none here. Kontomire go inside. So this is it. You see that it's cooking. It's going to cook very well. When you leave it for some time, you cover it. And because I use the checheku and all those ones, I've not added salt yet. It has to cook to some point. And then if I realize that the salt is not... Remo, boko there. Oko inspect our enzo. Okay. Hey, I want to walk blast on the moon. Obedo bro na. Obedo bro, sorry. So it's cooking. We cover it and leave it to cook for some time. I will be adding just one more thing. This is a goosey. I'll be adding this one, and then I add the rest of the salmon. I didn't want it to dissolve in the stew, so I added just a little bit and I left the rest. So when it's all cooked, then I add it. So when that is done, then we will be on our way to chopping it or eating it, because it would have been, everything would have gone in. So we cover it. Lower the fire a little bit so it takes time to cook. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's time to add the egusi. Um, when you pour on it, you leave it to cook so that you can get the egg-like nature of it. If you stir it right away, it will dissolve in the stew and you will not get the egg-like nature. So you pour it and you wait, you leave it. I don't think I even did a good job pouring. I should have. But well, let me leave it to cook for a while and see if I'll get what I want. Okay, so let's do some stirring now. Yeah, so at least I was able to achieve what I was looking for. So I got the egg-like nature, a little bit of it. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, so our kontomire is cooked. Because it's just one burner, I'm going to take this off and put the rice on. So now I'll add some salt. Yeah, I told you earlier because I had used some salty stuff, so I didn't add salt. So just add just a little bit of salt. Too much of it, it's really not good. So just a little bit to taste. I think a little bit of red oil will be fine. Or I can also decide to leave it like that. It depends on how you like your oil. If you want more, you can add more. If you're not a lover of too much oil, you leave it. For me, I'm not a lover of too much oil like that, so I will leave it at this. So the final one is the salmon. Okay, so I'll add the salmons to it. We call it salmon. I don't know, maybe that's not the name, the proper name for it, but we call it salmons here. I know if you type salmon online, it's going to be some very huge fish, but we call it salmon, this particular one. So that will be it for the kontomire preparation. So the start is that this one I use red oil. You chop some onions how you want it. If you want a lot of onions, you can chop as much onion as you want. You put your onion in the oil, you let it fry for a while. There is a particular fish we call momone. You put a little bit on it, and there was something else we call chicheku. You put in it. You let it fry for a while. I added the crabs. I made it fry for a while. Then I added there was blended onions, ginger, garlic, chili. So I poured that in it, made it fry for a while. Then I added the fresh tomatoes and the tomato paste. Then I added the kontomire. I made it cook. I added a little water to the sauce before I added the kontomire, so that I let the kontomire cook in the stew. Then after it cooked for a while, I added the agushi, then the salmon, the fish, finally. All right, so that will be it. This is how I prepare my kontomire. Like I said earlier, I don't like cooking it separately and bringing it to add to the stew. All right, so you can try it at home. It's tasty and nutritious. Charlie, this is the final product. the rice and the kontomire of the koto and all that. So we are seated outside. It's there's a mango tree in front of the house, so we are seated under it. Chalefa, what is the phone away? So this is fresh palm wine. You see, I just have a number of Brahmins in there. No, I mean, if you've been going back, I don't know Brahmins. I bet you be okay. So this is fresh palm wine, fresh from the palm. So I'm going to use it as a starter. And then I have my boy Munum. So I half one. See, let me finish this one. Yeah. As I'm no money, to me anyway, Indy.